Hey guys, thanks for tuning in once again. It's another video. Today I'm going to be talking about running the headers exhaust on the Lowrider S without the tuner. That's right, I've been riding this bike for some time now, a couple weeks without a tuner, and I just wanted to make sure I got a feel of it with just the exhaust. Now, because the bike is a new Harley-Davidson, it's a new bike, there's a break-in period, I wasn't able to give it everything she's got. You know, quarter turn on the throttle is enough for the motorcycle to take you to point A and point B, but of course we got the Model S, and that's not the reason why we got it for it. Alright, so not having to break it in and not holding off on installing these pipes. Alright, I believe I installed the pipes when the motorcycle had about 50 miles, so as soon as I got the motorcycle, as soon as you buy it, doesn't have that Harley sound, that rumble, that girly sound that you hear, that gurgling, not gurgling, no, just that roar. It doesn't have that roar. Just look at this. And because of that, I couldn't bring myself to ride it. I mean, it's a fun bike. It's too quiet when it's on, when it's a static. So when it's stock. So I went ahead and I did what I had to do, and I installed the headers, the exhaust pipes, and I guess there's no way for me to. That looks like a COVID-19 testing site. There's honestly no way for me to even compare the bike to it being stock, I guess. But so far, as far as having the bike without a tuner, she runs just fine. There's a little bit of a decel pop, slightly. You can't really hear it. Maybe other people can hear it, but I have the helmet on, so there's really no way for me to even know, or for me to even tell. I mean, right now the bike runs smooth, no problems at all. There's no issues, and actually not even putting a tuner is actually better if you don't want to avoid your warranty. As soon as you put a tuner on this bike that's not a Harley-Davidson, your warranty is done. You have no more warranty on the bike. Unlimited miles, I believe 2 years out the window, gone. So if you're gonna put a tuner, and if you're thinking about putting an aftermarket tuner, don't, just leave it the way I have it here. No tuner, just the exhaust, the headers. Now I'm running the 2-in-1 El Diablo, Cobra El Diablo exhaust. There's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of 2-in-1. I've been a fan of Cobra. They're also made here in the US. On my other cruisers, I've had Vance and Hines, and I've had also Cobra. So the whole Two Brothers, I mean, that's a styling point. I don't like the carbon fiber tip. I think it looks a little, you know what, I'll just say it looks more for a sport bike, having carbon fiber components. I don't know, I mean, to each his own, but for me, having it all blacked out, no carbon fiber or anything like that on the tip, I think the bike looks mean, looks good. So that's why I went ahead and I just purchased this one. And another good point as well is this one's not $1,000. I believe this one was about $600-700. There's a few of them on sale. You could probably find out there for about $500-600 bucks. So if you have some type of you know, if you're on a budget, then you could probably, this might be the cheapest one you could probably buy. The cheapest 2-in-1 exhaust that you could purchase is the Cobra. I believe the other one, the other one for sale out there is a Chinese made 2-in-1 exhaust, and I believe that's about $200-300 bucks. So if you absolutely need to, and you're on a budget, I guess that would be your option. I'm not too sure on how that one sounds. So far, most of the exhausts that I've seen, they're all made it here in the United States and the US, right? So yeah, a lot of options. lot of options out there depending on your budget. There's some of them that go way over $1,000 bucks, way over $1,000. Was you trying to hit the squirrel? Yeah, so depending on your budget and depending on how much and on the style. I mean, if your preference is style, then of course you're gonna end up paying, you know, over $1,000 for your exhaust just to get that style or that look of it. So far this one, I've been riding it without the tuner, and there's no issues at all. The bike sounds good, just like I mentioned earlier. The only thing I guess would be a slight decel pop, not too noticeable. It's only the decel pop if you're on the high RPM with a low gear. That's pretty much the only time you hear it. You don't hear it between accelerating, you don't hear it between switching gears or anything like that. So a slight decel pop, something I think anybody can live with. It's not a big deal, not a big killer or anything like that on the deal, or thinking about putting in exhaust. I guess there's also mufflers, but they just don't have the same sound. I mean, and the price is pretty much almost there if you compare it to this exhaust, Cobra El Diablo. It's almost the same price point. I mean, you're looking for mufflers, looking about $300. So I mean, if you want a little bit more of a noise and don't want it too loud, I guess you could go mufflers. But I mean, these pipes come with baffles. I'm not sure about most of the other bikes, but if you don't want them too loud, leave the baffles inside. If you want, you know, and if you want to raise hell, or go ahead and remove the baffles. But if you live in California, be ready to get pulled over. I think most of the cops here, I believe, if you're not doing anything stupid, then most likely they'll just leave you alone. They won't be pulling. I mean, I think some groups that are rowdy and acting up, those people are probably going to get pulled over, just and then they'll give the police officers to give you something to mess with. And so Harley-Davidson so far stock, I mean, I have the same air cleaner. The only thing are the headers, and you know, you don't have to put a tuner. And honestly, you know, I guess I mean, they say the bike runs lean, but it doesn't affect the performance. If you're someone that's looking for the performance, then of course you're going to want to get a tuner. You're going to want to get the exhaust. You're probably going to get the stage 1, stage 2, or stage 3 kit. But somebody that just likes to ride, kind of like myself, and is just looking for the sound, and I don't really care for the performance, you can just put the headers in. It's fine. You know, it's not going to destroy the bike. It's not going to hurt the bike. It's going to run lean, but sounds good, feels good, and it looks good. Sure damn hell looks good. So just go ahead and just get the headers. You know, don't go avoiding your warranty by putting in an aftermarket tuner. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so it's safe to run the exhaust without the tuner. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Leave a comment, subscribe, or like the video if it helped you out on deciding on the exhaust or whatnot. Thank you guys. Enjoy your day.